So not too long ago, I spoke about the potential effects that AI will have on people's jobs, people's careers, people's personal lives, and, just people's livelihood. So recently, there's something that just happened that is showing the effects or some of the negative effects that becoming too dependent on AI is having on the world, not just the workforce, but even when it comes to our safety, our finances, just our everyday lives. There's a company called Crowdstrike that is currently experiencing an outage in their systems. Now, these systems are involved in several industries and companies like airlines, hospitals, healthcare providers, 911 call centers or emergency call centers, banks, and some other industries. Now, most of these systems are security systems. This outage is creating a lot of vulnerabilities that, like I can say, it can affect your bank. It can affect your flights. You can find yourself stranded somewhere in the middle of a country somewhere, and you can't board the flight, or something's happening that is affecting the security of your information. And see, this is an example of what's happening when we become too dependent on technology. We can't become too dependent on technology. There has to be a backup. There has to be a fail-safe. If the electricity goes out, you have to know how to survive without electricity. We survived thousands of years without electricity. And we have reached a point where people have become so dependent on technology that if something happens where there's a power outage, people start dying literally within a matter of days. I remember some years ago when they had that big, that big winter storm down in Texas, where the electric grid went out and a lot of people did not know what to do and how to survive, and people died because they didn't know how to survive in the winter. Now, I'll give them some slack because it's Texas, so they don't get snow like that. So people are probably not used to it. I'm in the Northeast, so I'm looking at things a little bit different. I'm more used to, having 3 foot, 4 foot, even 5 foot snow sometimes. So I've been used to that. I've learned how to deal with winter weather, just like somebody from down south might know how to handle the heat better than I do. It's been 100-something degrees for the last few days, and my AC didn't actually start working until yesterday. And I've been dealing with the heat. But then again, I use my common sense and try to figure out ways how to survive the heat without electricity. And I think it's very important for us, especially in modern society in developed countries, to understand how important it is to learn how to live off the grid. I'm not saying you have to do it every day, but I'm just saying learn how to do it. Learn how to fish, learn how to cook without electricity. Learn how to or understand that your ATM may not always work, so you're gonna have to carry cash on you. Now, I have a feeling that, sorry about that, I had to pause for a second. But anyway, like I said, we have to learn how to live off the grid and understand that stuff like this is not the first time this has happened, and most likely it's not going to be the last. And most likely in the future, the consequences are going to become much worse. The more dependent we become on this technology, when it goes out, the consequences are going to be more severe. Okay? It's going to be more severe. So this is really just a glimpse into the future of what we're going to be dealing with if we're not careful, especially with AI. Just like you got companies who are developing AI, you're going to always have the opposite, right? You're going to always have the criminals the hackers, these people who also have the same knowledge as the companies do, to also develop AI technology to counter. We're gonna have what I call counter AI, counter artificial intelligence, that is gonna fight against the AI that we have, which is so-called moral, legal, and they're gonna use AI to, basically just commit crimes and, just basically do the opposite. My definition, or my word for it, is counter AI. And so we gotta be aware of that. And because this is a perfect opportunity for hackers to go in and, do what they do. Next thing you know, your bank account is wiped out clean because of some glitch, because of a mistake, because of an update that didn't go right. And it just is what it is. So you just got to be aware of that. Don't become too dependent on technology. So I guess that's all I want to say. I don't want to get to it in too much. I know Joe Biden is being briefed on everything that's happening. And but it's just something to be aware of and understand. We should take this as a warning. I'm not sure how long it's going to last. Matter of fact, I'm not sure if they may have fixed it. Maybe they fixed it by now. I'm not sure. But if it's been hours, that's plenty of time to go in, hack, take information out, or this obviously there's a weakness. There's obviously a door that can be broken into with this technology, because we got so many companies that depend on these security systems that if something happens, it shuts down. We don't know what happened. We don't know what can happen after that. How many times have we heard stories of banks and credit companies and stuff like that has been hacked or been hijacked, and they got to pay the customers and the clients. They got to pay them money from lawsuits due to their information being released or being stolen from these hackers and scammers selling it on the market. And I think it's happening more often than we think. How many times have you received a email or text message from a random phone number trying to sell you something, but you can't even remember the last time you actually signed up for something online to even give your phone number or your email? So obviously somebody is phishing your email from somewhere. They're phishing your phone number, your address. They're phishing it from somewhere. Nowadays they don't need to. They probably don't even need your social security number anymore. These days, probably all they really need is your phone number, and can figure out a lot of things about you. So I guess that's all I want to say. I don't want to make this video too long. These are my thoughts and opinions.